Good morning, everyone. Yeah, I already positioned myself, as you can see. Now, hold on. I need to make sure that. Um, pum, pum, pum. Mm, mm, mm. What are we go? Are we going to use the whole macro for expansion or not? So I'm still using those. Why wasn't I very interested in shorts yesterday? We are literally still using those 4 hour uh, large wicks that I marked. And as you can see, even yesterday, there was only for me one candle I really liked for expansion, but you can see it was still respecting that 4 hour wick. So for me, as long as we were in that 4 hour wick, I did not consider, I just didn't like the short too much, and I just traded the longs. I did not catch this move, by the way. I was done. But you can see we're still in between those 4 hour wicks. So that's why I wasn't interested in any short yesterday. Or it just didn't resonate to me. It was just going back and forth, back and forth. I could see the bearishness, but for me, something was off, and I was waiting for expansion, and I was like, it doesn't feel right. And you see what happened here, right? Afterwards, we just went back up again. Now, I didn't catch it, but sometimes it just doesn't resonate to you, and you just don't feel comfortable taking it, and you just don't know why. And for me, it was, remember that I graded this 4 hour wick during London already. And you can see the bodies never went below 1/4 and the 25%. So yeah. And now I'm still using them again. You see, it's still, so for me, they're still working. And as long as we're in that range, I consider it like a range. We're still range bound. So yeah, so for me, and I tried to go for a short, but it didn't work. And I'm like, something is off. So yeah, I just didn't like the shorts yesterday. I had a good opening range gap trade, and I had another long from 1125 up to the opening range gap. And then I didn't take the remaining part because I just didn't watch the market anymore. I wasn't interested. Let me close the curtains because it looks a little bit sunny, right? We love the sun, but it's a little bit too. I can hardly. I like it, but I need to see my screen. So yeah, let's see if we can, obviously I'm aiming for higher, as you can see, so I'm hoping we are, I want to get out of I want to get out of one of those 4 hour large wicks. So that's why I said yesterday, I don't like it when we form those I like large wicks, but not when we are in a range bound area, if that makes sense. So let me show you what remember this large wick here? And then at 10 o'clock we formed another one, but I'm still using this one. And then this one we formed yesterday during London, right? And I said, this was that candle. I said, I don't like it, how I hope we make it smaller. But we didn't. It was still, for me, a large wick that I knew, okay, I have to take this one in consideration, most likely the whole day. And look, we did not go. You see what happened yesterday? It went back and forth in this wick. So that was the reason why I wasn't too interested in a short, because it just told me that there wouldn't be expansion like we were, like I traded, how I trade expansion. I just did not see that happening. And I just, and I tried, and I thought, okay, let's give it a go, because I thought we might go away from here, but we did not. And then I had 2 losing trades yesterday on a short. They were minimal, but they were, and it just told me no, forget about it. So, but if you caught this move, I mean, it was a nice move, but I think it was at 10 o'clock. Where are you? The 10 o'clock candle. There was 1 hour candle, the 10 o'clock. Where are you? I think it was here somewhere. Oh yeah, it was this one here. Yeah. You know, I thought here, oh, maybe we get the expansion, but then again, I was thinking, well, we have a large wick here. Are we leaving it? Are we leaving it? So, and I tried, I let this one go. And then I thought, well, maybe, I can't even remember what I did on the short side. But I posted it on the Discord, by the way. I said it failed, so I have to look myself. Yeah, how did you guys do yesterday? Let me know. So for me, I was only successful on the longs. Very weird. It was very weird, to be honest, because I don't like to counter trade. But I was only successful on the long side, even though I saw the bearishness. Hey, good morning, everyone. Hey, Jojo. How are you? Hello, Warren. Methor, I already saw you. Pratish. King just joined the stream. Yeah, don't worry. I eat well, generally speaking. I eat well, generally speaking. Yeah, so we're just stuck in a range again. I mean, since yesterday, not too crazy about it. See, no follow through. So I'm just want keeping these levels on my chart because I mean, as long as we are within, if I don't see any body closures above this area, I'm just going to be very cautious. I really want to see some expansion away from this. Literally, this is just a Monday. We've literally just been technically, I see it as a higher time frame consolidation area. It's almost the same like last week, but last week it was just Monday, right? Now we added Tuesday to it as well. Who did well on the shorts yesterday? And who did well on longs? Just curious. It felt very weird to me, in all fairness, because I could see the short, but I just didn't manage to act well on them, and I was just like, this doesn't make sense to me. And this was a beautiful move. I wish it was actually nice. Remember yesterday we also did not tap into this end walk. Maybe we're going there now. 1933. I would like to see that. So I think I'm favoring the upside. What a chop fest. What a wiki. It's so many wicks. It's just crazy. Um, crazy, crazy, crazy. Yeah. I mean, see what you guys have been up to. I'm just curious how you guys actually traded yesterday. It was not easy, right? The price action was a little bit I would say almost hostile. Where's my stream? Where's the chat? Did I remove the chat? No. Hey, Mark, welcome to the family. Hey, Metho, well done. Yeah, don't get overconfident. Hey, AJ. Yeah, you were in pre-market prep, right? Hey, Jojo, I saw you also have joined pre-market prep. Yeah, I had an awesome opening range gap trade. Managed to get 180 point long, positioned myself just before we opened. And then that was that move to the upside. That was actually the best trade for me. But oh, King, correct. Yes, I have to add the Discord. Yeah, you took that short in London, right? Already, yeah. Let me, yeah, I have to change the Discord link for some reason every day. And I'll do a poll as well. Let me first do a poll and then I'll do the Discord link, okay? Just hold on. I just want to see what people are bullish or bearish. You know what? I'm not going to mention the accumulation because I'm fed up with accumulation. Bullish or bearish? Up to New London Open, 3 o'clock. 3 a.m. Eastern. We'll do a bull. You're a bull or are you a bear? There we go. Are you a bull? Okay, and then Discord, let me add that. Let me add that, guys. I pinned it in the chat and I'll put it in the description of this stream as well. It's pinned. There we go. There we go. Okay. Jojo, are you? Do you have the same name in the Discord? Because I need to add you guys to. Hey Sunik, how are you? Jojo, are you? Do you have the same name in the Discord? Let me find you because I need to add you to a different tab. Okay, I saw you joined, but I do some updates on Discord, so I would like to add you. Let me know if you join, what your name is. Send me a DM on Discord if you don't mind. AJ, how did you do yesterday? Did you put any trades on after open? I think you had a good day, right? I mean, did you say something? I think did you? I'm not sure. Yeah, let's rephrase the question. Bullish or bearish, but are we going to take Asia high? So Asia high is right over here, 29,917. Do you guys think we're going to go for that? Obviously, my trade is above it, so I gave it away already in my trade. Can't really say I don't, but and put in a trade, right? So yeah. So I'm literally, you see how yesterday, this wick here, right? This 4 hour wick, look how the bodies, or how the wicks, how the bodies stayed above the 25% of that wick. We never went lower. Never ever did any body, it sounds really weird, no body of any wick went lower than 25%, just wicking. And, when you see that happen as well, it's sort of like an indication. But look how many wicks. It's just crazy. I went back into my journal, but I hardly saw this. Let me see. I need to manage my trades. Oh, you were trading with, did you take the opening range gap trade with me? Did you manage to, it was so fast, I couldn't put it on, but I laid it out. But did you manage to catch that trade on the opening? I hope so. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I need to manage my trade, guys. Hold on, because I need to. I'm gonna take. I need to take 2 positions off. 2 and let the rest run. Okay, I'm in profit now. I'm gonna. Okay, no matter what. Okay, let me just manage it. Go. Okay, whatever happens, it's fine. If I get stopped out, it's fine. I'm in profit. Yeah, so I just want to point out this, guys. See the 4 hour here. Wick. What was London? Here was London. So this was the London short. We didn't even manage to get there, but then after, hold on, 2 6. Yeah. Yeah, so here we went, this was the trade to the upside here, and then we went lower, but again, we never went low. There was no body closure here. And then again, we had this big move up again. Yeah. And then again, we are not closing below it. So for me, I'm more bullish than bearish at the moment because of this. So I think we want this area first. Remember yesterday, we didn't tap into here. Yeah, so let's see. I was looking at, I saw key trades. I like what he was doing, but he was very bearish and he says, oh yeah, we're going to take the previous day low. And I was like, no, be careful, because look at what's happening here. It's a trap. It's a trap. And you can see exactly what happened in Asia. It went all the way up to here. It didn't go lower. And then it was just part of we already activated the buy side. It was just a retracement here. And it was just starting to go higher. So this is a market maker model from Asia high. I mean, it's a very, very clean level. It went into extremely clean level. Look, guys, here, 79% exactly. It did not want to go lower. It wasn't ready yet. Okay, make sure my trade is on. This is a good trade, man. I'm just so in tune with the market lately. It's crazy, but it makes me nervous as well. I'm like, what's going to? I mean, in all honesty, I have never ever had 5 days in a row with over 150 point trades just continuously. 2 losing trades yesterday. No, this is new to me, but it makes me a little bit nervous. Like, what's going on? Is it me that grown as a trader, or is the market just making it easy to fool me, and then they rug pull me or something? I don't know if you guys feel the same. Like, we're all having good times, right, at the moment. It makes me a little bit nervous because I'm like, oh my God, why is it so easy suddenly? Okay, here we go. I should take off my other. What time is it? 2:20. Lars Fanson. Okay, thanks. I'll get into that. I'll just make sure to add you. You were, did you, I don't think you joined during the pre-market prep, did you, Lars? Okay. Yeah, I think it will go higher a little bit. So as you can see, I put my stop, my TP above the Asia high. Now, why? I think it might go there. Obviously, it's not going there right now. But let's see, it's 223. Let's see if we can get some little bit expansion to the upside. It's just algorithmic. I'm just trying to perfection my exits. With algorithmic, seeing if algorithmic levels are holding or not. So let's see. Got one more runner. I want to see that level. I'm trying to squeeze that last bit out of that lemon. Hold on. Okay, I'm getting out. Okay, done. Not yet. It's too early. It's okay. Okay, I'm out of my position. That was a nice trade. Wasn't too bad. How many points? 60 points. It's a 3.5 hour trade. Nice warm up. Nice warm up. Anyone else took that long as well? Okay, let me. Jojo, Lars. No one else took that long? Okay, let me see the poll. Bull. 73% bull up to 3 o'clock Eastern. Yeah, thanks. Nice long. Yeah, sure. Well, Sebastian's already short. Sebastian, be careful. I made $10. Oh, it doesn't matter. Listen, I'm telling you honestly, it doesn't matter what your amount is. If it's a percentage risk to, I'm more interested in I made 3% and just risk 1%, for example. I don't care if you made 500 or 10. If you made $10, you made $10. That's good. Essing, why don't you trade copper? Why don't you trade the Dow? It's the same question. And please don't, you don't have to use caps lock. But hey, King, listen. The best traders are those who start small. If you start small and you get consistent with that, if somebody tells me, "Oh, I made over $1,500 and they're beginning," I know they're over leveraging, and I actually like, "Oh, I'm already shrugging." Like, that means you're not playing micros when you should. If you say you only have one or two trades a day and you made over $1,500, you're either doing the mini or you are over leveraging with a lot of micros. And as a beginner, the best beginners are those who are consistently making 10, 25, $50, but they just do it. They don't care about the monetary outcome. They just want their process to work. So if I hear, hey, I made $10, and I think I actually am more positive about you as a trader than people that tell me, oh, I made over $1,500 and I know they're still beginning. Because they're just, most of the time, just being lucky. So it's the truth. As a beginner, making a lot of points is actually something you have to grow into. But yeah, as saying, I'm going to tell you to shut up now because I did answer it. It's just, I'm sorry, but some questions are just really, okay, I'm going to say that. I did reply, sir, but it doesn't, I just, it's the same. You asked me, why are you not trading NQ? Why are you not trading the Dow? But I actually do trade the ES. I do trade it, but my preference goes to NQ. NQ pays my bills. But yeah, for those who are beginning trader, if you throw around big amounts of money towards me, if you think that is impressive, it's actually not. No, it's okay, Essing. It's just my preference. Like you have your preference, right? Rather talk about your trade setup, and I love hearing that people are happy with small amounts. So King, well done. If you're consistent with 10 every day, you're going to be consistent with 25. You're going to be consistent with 50. You're going to be consistent with 100. But you have to go into it. Guys, my trades are quite large lately, but do you think they have been like that? No. It's new to me as well from this year. I was literally like maybe a year ago, I was averaging between 25 and 50 points because that was where I was in my journey. I think the channel helped me as well. So it's something you need to grow into, getting more, consistent in larger trades. So you cannot be consistent. You cannot start as a beginner with large trades. You're fooling yourself. You're literally fooling yourself. And just be careful. I just don't want anyone to get hurt. But if you're beginning and you're aiming for 100 points and 50 points already, and you don't have a solid model that you work with, you're just being lucky. Just be careful. Yeah. Um, just be careful. Who can honestly say, it's an honest question, who's focusing on the process and not on the monetary outcome? Honest question. Who can honestly tell, listen, I don't care, I'm just focused on a percentage or something, and I don't care about the money. I'm not thinking about the money. I'm just really focusing on the process. It's very little people. I was one of them. It took me a while. That's why I wasn't profitable for 3 years, 3.5, maybe even longer. 3 years. I'm trading 6.5 years, 3 years ICT. Yeah, it's difficult. It is. I know it takes time. That's why you need to journal. You can't build your models and find your way if you don't, back test, forward test, and it takes time. It's actually not that hard. It's the same if you have another profession. You need to study because you don't become a doctor. You're not allowed to cut in someone's body. If you're a brain surgeon, you don't become a brain surgeon just by signing up, right? You need to earn and practice, learn, practice, and then after a few years, you're allowed to under supervision then to do some things. And it's getting a PhD in finance. You have to submit to time. And people, don't want to do that nowadays. And I totally get it because I also had to learn it the hard way. Journal and paper trade. Paper trade. Yes, yeah. Sebastian, people are sometimes making fun of my paper trades here, but I'm like, really? But the point is, you have to journal your paper trades. That's the point. If you paper trade, do it on live, and journal them, and go, reverse engineer. Okay, what did I do? Because that's how I improve my executions. And I discovered something yesterday in my journal. Like, oh my God, I'm still forward and back testing it. So I'm still discovering new things because I journal, and that's how I grow. Right? I'm still growing as a trader. But yeah, yeah, journal and paper trade. That's the. Oh, that is reassuring. I blew my monthly salary chasing my big money with no fundamentals. These days, 10 is something that I'm proud. Yeah, exactly, King. That's and you are the one of the first that actually mentioned, hey, I just made $10 per day. Most people are ashamed to say so because they think they have to throw around big amounts of money. But it's the small people that focus on those small wins. I'm like, okay, I like it. I like what I'm hearing because that means you're focusing on more on the process than on the outcome, and you're not ashamed to say it. So really, $10 is a win. And also, you learned the hard way already, so you have no choice. So sometimes those lessons are the best lessons in hindsight, right? So keep it going. Just keep going. Yeah, I hope it's not. Well, and a monthly salary, it hurts, right? But yeah, then you're like, oh shit, that I do not want that ever to happen again. So yeah, well done, well done. And I salute you for mentioning it. Just $10, and I find that very impressive. So, cheers to you. We all start small. You have to start small. Okay, Sebastian, you were in a short, right? Yeah, I can. I'm gonna wait a little bit longer for the short. Did we tag that zero point 0.5 line exactly or not? Just need to see that. No, we did not. Okay. Remember, I had my TP somewhere here. I think we need to go one more leg higher. I think we're still on the buy side of the curve, to be honest. Um, we took out a high here. Yeah, King. So I keep focusing on the process. Start journaling, build your model, and if you have one model that works, then it comes in the patient, and you only trade that model um, for the time being. But patience is the hard. It's also for me the hardest thing. Um, Patience is for me my challenge always, always, always. The moment I let go of that, I fall into the trap of well, yes, we took out a high, but the question is, what does the algo what is the objective? It's not only sometimes Asia high. People are always like, Asia high is it? No, it's not always. It has to have you need context, guys. What does the market want? Is it really Asia high? Because Asia high is a level, but there's much more liquidity or something else if there's a PDRA above it that the market is looking for. So I think the market is not. I think we might want to go one more leg higher before going lower, but let's see. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait a little bit longer. 227. I might go for another long from here. I see a order block, fair value gap. Um, I just want to see how we're going to react in this bullish area here. If it goes to, if it disrespects it, then I might turn bearish. But up to then, I see a higher time frame order block with a fair value gap, and we're still above the my yellow line. So I just want to see this area is for me significant. I want to watch this area and this PD array here to see what we're doing. I might even consider a long, but unless we start disrespecting it, we'll see. I like this area here. I actually want to start positioning so I'm more long bias than short bias, as you can tell. But I'm aware. It could go. It could reverse here. But let's see. I am aware. I am aware. I am aware. I am aware. $971. Let's see. 971. Mm, 960, and then go back. Look at the spaghetti. Let's go to the 4 hour here. Let's go to the 12 hour. 6 hour. Ooh, I love to go here. I favor a long still. Oh, that's a good question, King. Let's see if we can push it through. Yeah, so we took out highs and we took out Asia high, but the question is, what does the market want to do? Is it enough? Is it just retracing down? Because you also have to remember that we have created a lot of bullish PD arrays, right? Um, so just Asia high and taking out highs, but question is, are we on the buy side of the curve? Did we finalize a market maker model, right? Because that's the question actually. As you can see in the 15 here, we're clearly on the buy side of the curve, right? Sell side, buy side. Now the question is the market maker finalized, or are we being held up? Are we just retesting a bullish PD array? If I look at this, I am actually seeing a bullish breaker here, and I'm thinking, okay, let's see, we retest this and we go higher to finalize the market maker. I see a beautiful market maker model. I'm not convinced we're done yet, to be honest, to the upside. We still have a high here. Oh no, we took out that one, but we still have a high here. We have equal highs here. I don't see I don't see any. I really want to see 15-minute. If I, yeah, I would like to see a 15-minute breaker, but there's nothing even forming in the sense of anything that really tells me, okay, we're shifting structure. Or I'm still seeing bullishness, and on the higher time frame, there's nothing bearish for me now. And just because it took out a high doesn't mean, yeah, you can get a retracement, yes. But is it really bearish? For me, not really yet. But I'm still waiting. I'm also not. The 1 hour is bearish. Not really. The 1 hour is extremely bullish to me. Look, we're expanding higher. 2 o'clock is expansion. We're expanding from literally 1 o'clock. So the higher time frame for me is bullish. Definitely bullish, bullish. Not bearish at all. Um, Guys, this is not a bear. I mean, Jojo, this is not bearish. This is bullish. You can see the expansion, right? Let's see what it wants to do here. So I'm waiting because I totally see, I understand that we took those highs, but we created a lot of bullish PD rays. So for me, it's just a waiting game for now to see what price is going to do. I would love to see some. I need some structure to the downside. Until that, I'm still bullish. And my PD was my trade was somewhere around here. Yeah, somewhere around this area. And I want to see if we're reaching it now. And now I want to see, we took another high here. Now I'm like, okay, maybe now we are ready to go lower. But let's see. I'm still not convinced yet. I'm still bullish. But this was my original TP, remember? I was a little bit higher. Yeah, it was here. That was this level here. Now we reached it. Now I'm like, okay, let's see. It's cold again. Oh, there's no more sun, guys. I was like sitting with the curtains closed, thinking, was it 36? I think it was somewhere here, 28-ish. Was it 36? Okay, I have to look. I think it was 28, but I'll have to look back. But anyway, I'm still bullish. So if I took a trade, guys, I'm trying not to trade for another half an hour or take a break, because also for me that's also something I need to train. If I had a good trade, winning trade, reassess. Even though you read it correctly, just wait. Just one trade per. Well, I'm gonna try to trade one live trade per session. So that means I'll just paper trade the remaining session, because you know. Oh, look at the rain. Best luck from going to bed. Hey, Sebastian. Yeah. Have a nice, a good sleep. And we'll see you back again. Can you hear the thunder? uh, ah. Okay, let's see, guys, if now we can turn bearish. Hey, Mr. Chaos, how are you? Okay, let's see if we can finally have a. See, we're almost done with this hourly candle. We've been beautifully expanding. I think I'm just for me, this is a level that I'm like, okay, now we might want to go lower, but I'm still not convinced. Let's see if we are ready to what the next hourly candle wants to do. So this was a beautiful expansion to the upside, which I managed to. Did I position myself properly? Yeah. $150. So me as a distribution trader, this is what I trade distribution of a candle. So I position myself here, here. Normally, I would have liked a larger wick here. So I put my, I, I position myself between the open and the low, which is then the manipulation, and then I trade the distribution to the upside. So I traded the hour, not the 4 hour. So for some reason in London, I'm not able to trade 4 hour distribution, but I manage in London to trade 1 hour distribution. So I would have preferred to pray to get out of here because that was my initial, but I had to wait too long. I didn't want to sit back in the pool back here, but I think I managed pretty well to have a good read on how far this hourly candle would reach. It was in this area, but I didn't manage to sit out the full trade. I got out, remember, a little bit. I let it go lower, and then I thought, okay, I'm just gonna let it go lower. But yeah, I think it's well done. So I think I used the 50% level here. That was it. So this was my hourly distribution trade. You know, we don't have to get the full trade, right? You just want to have a piece of the pie. That's it. How long do you normally wait after London? No, Theo, it's not about open or it's about what price is showing me. I had confidence in this trade because of what price was already showing me. So I already positioned myself before 2 a.m. When I opened the stream, I was already in this trade, as you guys could see. So I already positioned myself because it was already I was already expecting. I mean, I could be wrong, but I was expecting expansion of this hourly candle. So that's why I positioned myself, and my initially my TP was somewhere around here, but I got out here because it took too long. I was hoping it would go up there a little bit earlier, but it did not. So I got out here, and yeah. But no, it's not. It's not about. It wasn't about. Um, it's not about London Open, or it's about. Are you seeing your setup form, your model, and something that gives you confidence, and things need to line up. So it could be. Um, it could be sometimes in different times, right? So it depends on really what you're looking for, and like for example. I trade the New York Open, but actually that model is something that I usually trade in pre-market, but in pre-market it didn't do it because it was wicking back and forth. So that's why I had a lot of confidence in the opening trade, because sometimes it is a good thing if things don't show up on time, because it's either time distortion or things happen later on. And then okay, but still things are matching, and and so sometimes I enjoy things not playing out on the time that I think, because then it happens a little bit later and you get more time to prepare. But yeah, it just, that's why I keep on saying you need to journal, build a model, but you have to refine because you grow as a trader. Even though you have a model now, but because you start to learn more and see different things, you also are tweaking your models. Because I always say to people, if you haven't journaled for a year, you don't have you can't. I don't want to say you're not a trader yet, but it takes a long time to really build your own model and see it and have enough data backing it, right? It's not like, oh, in 1 week, I'm journaling 1 week and I figured it out. No, I mean, it's not really. Those who journal know. King asked about the journaling. Sorry, King, I forgot about that, but we'll get into it. Hold on. I'll tell you how I did it, but it works differently for everyone. But so what I do, I tried FX replay. I was backtesting when I started, but for me, uh, so it's quite a while back. It's three years back. See, we're still bullish. It's still quite. It's still at that time I couldn't put in there weren't hardly any indicators that we could add. So it was sort of like I missed a lot of the information. So I backtested it, but I also sort of like I got data on it, and but at some point I realized that for me, forward testing, so during live paper trading, just had more value. But that's for me personally. But then it comes back to journaling. So how do I journal? So for me, I've never used TradeZella, but I think TradeZella, what I've heard and what I've seen, I think it's a pretty awesome application because you have everything in one. But for those who don't want to spend any money on it, TradingView has so many good things. Because for me, it's I just put on my trades and I journal those trades as I see it. I make everything visual, and you can write on TradingView. But I have a lot of sheets per day. I have my trades set up. Every trade I journal, so that's per trade. But sometimes you can have more trades if you can visualize it on a higher time frame on 15 minutes. But then I also trade the day, and I also trade the week and the monthly and stuff like that to see the overall market. But I'm very keen on time. So for me, time is one of the most important. It's always time over price. You can you can see your setup, but the question is, when will it move, right? When will it go to your setup? So what you want to do is, it depends on what you're looking for, but you can write down everything. But if you really want to get into it, you want to, most important is to journal your losing trades. What did I miss? I always ask myself two questions. What did I miss and what can I do better in this trade? So that's what I do every trade. And and you look for little things, and then you start seeing things. And if you keep on, the moment you start journaling and you make a print screen and you put it like in a PowerPoint or a Notion or whatever, it gives that imprint in your brain. For example, if you see things happen like this, and for me, it's also the structure, like, okay, I see around specific times, specific things happen. That tells me, like most of the times, this and that will happen, because it's always most of the times, because things are never 100%. Even if you have a good model and you have 80% win rate or 70, 30% will be, can miss. But then if you start going into those, like I had a model and I had like a win rate of 70%. Now, because I started going into those situations when it wasn't a win, I could narrow it down to 80%, because after a year, I figured out new things. I'm like, oh, that model actually now, that 70% win rate is now 80%, because I figured out something else why it didn't work. So now, I can stay out of that situation because I recognize that now. So you have to keep tweaking. It's not about like, oh, I've journaled one week and I figured it out now. No, it takes time, and it's the best journaling book you're going to, or the best trading book you're going to write, because it's your book. It's your brain. Your brain works different than my brain. Everyone's brain works differently, and what you see, I don't see, or what I see, someone like, I don't see what you're seeing at all, right? So it's how your brain processes things that's the most important thing, because we all look at the same chart, but for me, if I make a connection, you make a maybe totally different connection, and you just translate it totally different. So that's why the journaling is so important. If you don't journal, you're not going to be successful. It's the hard truth. Yeah, Mr. Chaos, it wasn't easy, but I still had a good day. But what time did you join? Because we did. I think I was still, Mr. Chaos. I think you missed my analysis that I said I was still using those 4 hour. Remember, I was using those 4 hour wicks, 4 hour large wick gradients, and that told me that the short. I had 2 attempts on a short, and they were both filled. And then I looked, and I'm like, I can see what's going on in this area. We just the bodies are just not going over on the 4 hour, right? You have to go higher time frame. You see, the bodies were just there was no body closure. So and then I thought, okay, I'm just gonna go long now from now on. F the shorts. For me, it was F the short day yesterday. Mr. Chaos, are you kidding me? I had an awesome trade. I opened up the stream. I already have a winning trade on my account, everything. Damn you, did you not see my best trade? Yeah, I got a winner already. Go back in the stream. I positioned myself before, oh my God, I can't even, before the open, so that was before 2 o'clock. Um, yeah, before 2 o'clock, because I started the stream. I think I positioned myself right. I think I saw this candle. I can't remember it anymore, but it was before 2 o'clock. Here's 2 o'clock, so I think it was somewhere around here. Yeah, it was here, right over here, 157, somewhere here. And then I aimed for this level here, but we touched Asia high and we started going lower. So I got out because I thought, I might be a little bit too high here. And then we got lower. But I thought this was an algorithmic level we could reach. I used this, I think I used 0.5 and it was a confluence with something else, guys. It's simple as that. There's no magic to it. It was a 0.5 level of that wick again. And we didn't touch it. We went lower and I said I'm still bullish, and now we're above it. So it was about 60 points. I think it was 60-point trade. Yeah, somewhere here because I got out, but it was supposed to be an 80-point trade. Here we go. So I gave back 20 points. Yeah, I got a winner already before 2. So I'm not allowed to trade. Well, I cannot trade now. It's an hour later. You were late today. What happened to you? Hey, I haven't seen Company Man Carl though, and I'm getting worried now. This is the second day he's not in. We should find him. Company Man Carl, are you here? Yeah. But it's only 60 points, right? It's just 60 points. No, we have to value the. What's that noise? Oh, all the rain is coming inside. He's still. Oh, he's on a holiday. Okay, I got you. Yeah, yeah. I think he's. Yeah, that's actually a good holiday. Just do not, just don't open up your charts. Yeah, let's see, guys. Is the 4 hour expanding? I'm just not sure anymore about this was my area that I thought long. I don't know anymore right now. I'm not sure. What do you guys think? Um, sort of like exhausting to want to be right all the time. If you have a good trade, sometimes it's just like, okay, I had a good trade. I think sometimes it's better just not to trade for a couple of hours because it's so. If you want to try, okay, what's the market doing now? And sometimes you just don't know. If you have like a level, for me, this was a short trade. You think you know the levels and you studied it, but you sort of like need to go back to the drawing board after a good trade. You can't know it all the time, right? Hey Kay, how are you doing? Sometimes you just want to take a step back and just reassess, but it's sometimes it's like if you really want to be on point and also frame a good trade, because I mean it's easier to make an analysis, but also framing an entry, a TP, and having it like really everything lining up. um, Takes a lot of it takes energy, and because you want to have it perfect. I mean, I want to have it perfect. Let's do a new poll. Okay, so I'm happy that I took this trade. So I'll tell you guys something because I noticed before I would miss this trade because I would start the stream and then I start to collect data, and I got a little bit like, too many times I'm missing the trade if it comes straight after when we start the stream. So I've been really journaling that, so that's why I was also able to frame this trade early, because I thought, I don't want to miss trades because starting at two. You guys noticed that a lot, right? In London when I just starting, so let's just frame a trade from 3 o'clock. So I've been really working on being able before I start the stream to have enough data already to be able to catch those trades, because I was like, yeah, there's so many movements straight out of let's call it pre-market London that I used to miss. So, but anyway, we got um, Gianluca. You have to learn to trade only in moments of real edge and not spend all your time. Well, I'm streaming, so it's a different situation. But yeah, most of my trades are. I mean, I'm doing pretty well lately, I guess. So I'm not too worried. But on stream, you just want to be able to frame more trades just for the stream, and I paper trade then a lot. But yeah, when I trade by myself, I don't. I just trade my windows. I have specific time windows. I trade time. For me, I'm very time specific, so I'm not too worried. 50. What's 50-minute orb? I mean, there is no orb. I mean, that's just. You mean you trade 15-minute when London opens? Is that or when London is that your 15-minute orb? Yeah, I know opening range breakout, but what do you use? Is it like when London opens? I don't think it's algorithmic level though in the 15. I think you should use half an hour when it opens. But do you use like when London opens, the first 15 minutes? What is your range? What's your time you use? Okay, you look at the first 15 minutes. Gotcha. Gotcha. Ooh, I like it. 29.66. Yeah, I'm still bullish. 29.66. 29. Oh, did we already tag into it? Let's see. Still bullish. 29.80. Yeah, I think we're gonna close the take this off. Time is the most important thing, guys. There's nothing more important than time. It's all that matters. Time will tell you everything. $29.60. We're going 29.60. Let's see. I'm going to take out this high here and then I'll reassess again. I think this is what the algo wants right now. See. Why would a Judas swing not work out today? We're just in expansion at the moment, so I mean, we're we're just finalizing a market maker model, so there's no need for it. We're just continuation right now. So if you talk about London, London has just been expanding so far, but I I believe we will have a Judas again at some point. There's always manipulation. Actually, every candle has a manipulation, right? You have open, high, low, close, and if you trade distribution or AMD power of three, you always are looking for the manipulation move, which is technically if you open the low, in an example for like this, you open, then the manipulation to the downside, that wick, that is your manipulation move. So technically you have a you have a manipulation, a Judas on every candle. But yeah, like, why would a Judas not work out today? I don't understand the question. A Judas swing, if a Judas swing is there, it always works out, right? If you are able to identify the Judas, you know the direction of what comes afterwards, right? So, but yeah, I think it's too far to think ahead of what's New York's going to do. Well, we could think, hey, listen, we got our Tuesday low though yesterday. So obviously that always makes me more bullish than bearish. That's one. When you have a Tuesday low, depending on what price is showing us. Let me just double check. Tuesday low, yeah, this is the Tuesday low here. So we created a Tuesday low at 10 o'clock, right? Like I did say, I said in London, like, we already created, I believe we had a low in London. I'm not sure. Let me see. Let me see. 10 Monday. Did we take? Yeah, so London, we already took out in at 6 o'clock. We took out this low, but and then we did create a lower low on in New York open, right? At in the 10 o'clock candle. So we went lower, and then after 11 o'clock we start going back up. So for me, it wasn't a sure thing because I thought, okay, this could be our low. We already had our Tuesday low formed in this 4 hour candle, but we made another low. So we definitely had a Tuesday low, which was nice. Then my one of my favorite weekly profiles is Tuesday low, and then we expand back up again on Wednesday, preferably on Thursday too. But so that makes it easier also if you understand weekly profiles and also journal that every week, go over the full week. What happened? Where did we hit a low? Where did we make a high? And that will help you also in your analysis, right? Now, if we would have if we would start turning bearish, if you have a Tuesday low, we would have seen bodies already closing below these levels and continuation. And because we didn't see that, that also made it for me easier to identify the bullishness to the upside, if that makes sense, using the weekly profile. Or, I mean, we're still forming after Wednesday. Today is I mean, it's sort of like after Wednesday, it's sort of like you have more information already, but a Tuesday low is very specific, can be very specific. And you will see certain things already happen in Asia and preferably in London in order if it's going to be, if we're going to get a Wednesday low. Most of the times, according to my journaling, I would already have some if then statements forming right now. And it doesn't look like it. But then again, it's never nothing is 100%. Okay, let's see if this level is hit. And the yellow box, I want to see if that is the area it wants to go to, or do you want to go higher? They're going to do a new poll, guys. Bullish or bearish? What am I doing? Pum 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 pum. Okie dokie. I'm gonna get a new coffee and then we'll try to form a nice trade again. Bullish or bearish? How much am I up? Shit. Let's frame. It's 3:30. I might turn bearish from here, to be honest. Let's see. 3:30. Yeah, let's make it till 5 o'clock. Bullish or bearish? Up to. Oh, I'll just make it the next half hour. 4:30. 4:30 Eastern. Bullish bearish. Okay, here you go, guys. Pum pum. Uh-uh. 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 $3.30. I like the time. Yeah, I'm gonna short here. I'm gonna put a paper trade on, guys. I already had a winning trade today, so I'm just gonna my stop loss is gonna go here. Let's see. I'm gonna make it smaller. Let's make this here. I don't like it too much, to be honest. Um, are we going to consolidate here? Mm, mm. I want a very small stop loss on this one. I want very small. Don't want any go lower. We left these behind. I should go. Hold on. Let's go with this one here. I don't like it too. I mean, I'm framing I think we sort of like this is an important level, but I'm just wondering if we're gonna hold up here as a bullish PD. We'll see. I might adjust. Just a quick trade. Um, it's gonna trail this a bit. I think it's still going to, it's just a retracement, to be honest. I think we're too bullish for a full, but I'm just thinking it's a small retracement. Um, I still think we're bullish though. Anyone, yes, I use prop firms. Funded Next. I use Funded Next. I like Funded Next. Trader Tim. What about you? If I get London lows, I'll be happy. That's it. Okay. You're talking about the Judas. Okay, I got you. You talk about the Judas swing of London. Okay, I got you. I was thinking you were talking about the Judas in New York. I'm wondering if this is already the low. Yeah, Lucid, TPT, and Apex, but the latter is playing games lately. Which, oh, Apex again? Not surprised. Um, See, I'm still very bullish, so this might already be in the low. Um, I'm getting out of the trade. Well, I'm stopped out anyway in profit or a break even. Boom. There we go. It's very bullish. It's still very bullish. It's beautiful. I mean, continuation. Okay, let's see. Um, hey Vincent, how are you doing? Oh, Vincent, are you talking about today or the whole week? Because actually, yesterday New York was pretty hard, but and London, but lately it has been a little bit better. So Theo, in all honesty, I can see that we took out another point of liquidity. For me, it's a little bit I'm not too confident in a long or a short at the moment. I would rather let it play out. If it wants to go higher, I would rather let it play out. Like for example, I had a good trade, and for me, it would be if I would go short from here, it could go one more leg higher, for example, and once more. But it could also, for now, like if you look here, it could turn here as well. I could see both things from here, so I would rather wait and just let it play out, and give me more, just more data. Um, it looks pretty bullish, but on the other hand, I'm like, yeah, are you? Oh, we did tag this order block. I mean, this is a bullish order block. You cannot deny it. I mean, if you go short denying this order block, I would be a little bit careful here. On the other hand, we took liquidity. It could always, order blocks can always fail at some point, but I don't think this one looks pretty solid to me, to be honest. But we'll see. It could go to the midpoint though. But yeah, I mean, this order block literally retested a breaker. I mean, it looks a little bit too bullish to me to be short. You see, even my short wasn't even, didn't even go lower than that, right? It just went into 3 o'clock again and retested and boom, back up. But let's see, it could consolidate here as well. Um, and remember, we have a Tuesday low. Really, Vincent, interesting because you are actually, I know you as a pretty good trader. I'm surprised to hear that from you these few days. I've been doing exceptionally well. I've been just, it's been raining 150, 80 point trades on my end. I had my first two losing trades yesterday. Um, so for me, it has been pretty awesome. But yesterday afternoon, I found pretty, or AM session. But then again, when I looked at the higher time frame, I saw, okay, I see what you're doing here. We're just not, there's no, we're only wicking, and I was using this 4 hour wick here. And when I went to the higher time frame, I was like, ah, okay, I see what's going on. And that moment on, I switched to longs after 11 o'clock, and then I had another winning trade after two losing trades on the short side. So then I was like, okay, we have our Tuesday low here. We are not wicking any bodies below any quarterly level on this wick. So let's turn bullish from now on. And then I framed my trade in London Open, or at 2 a.m. already, to the long side, which was a good trade, 60 points. And now I'm just watching, but I'm still bullish. I mean, it's hard not to be bullish right now. But yeah, I mean, got some nice order blocks here. Continuation order blocks, I would say. Oh, L7, we have NVIDIA earnings with positive. Oh, we do? Okay. Thank you, Naman. Naman, guten Morgen. How are you? How are you doing? Thank you, guys. Yeah, I don't have, I actually don't look at earnings, but thank you for pointing it out because it's always important to take it into account. But, and especially when we have like a trend, like when they keep price down, right? And they then tend to have the large moves after the close, right? So it's always good to know, but I never look at it, but it's always good. Didn't we have Nvidia a while back or very shortly back? Or was it other am I confused? Uh, well, and we also have news today, right? What date? 20th. Oh, today's the FOMC meeting minutes. Now, don't be too impressed by the minutes, guys. Minutes are just the minutes of the meeting that were 3 weeks back. Technically, they are always less volatile than the meeting itself. So, but they can still give a nice move. But just don't expect the same move of volatility as the meeting itself. A lot of people think they read FOMC and they think, oh my God, FOMC, but it's the minutes. It's just the minutes from the meeting of 3 weeks back. What else? Nothing else? I don't think we have anything else, right? I don't see anything else. If I forget anything, let me know, guys. If I miss anything. Nothing else, right? No. Tomorrow, we've got the Philly Fed Manufacturing Index, unemployment claims. That's it. Orange folder. It's been a sort of slow week, news-wise, but tomorrow, I love you, tomorrow. If you know that song, it gives away from what generation you're from. I can tell you something from your age as well. Who knew what I was singing? Okay, 350 new macro, guys. Just looking at the past few days, high time frame PA. Yeah, I mean, if you look, it looks very wiki, right? It looks definitely very wiki. But some people managed to get to trade to see the short. It didn't resonate to me yesterday. I made a few attempts and it didn't work. I normally don't counter trade, but for me only longs worked well yesterday for some reason. And looking higher time frame and then using these two, I'm still having these levels are still 2 4-hour wicks that those are my roadmap for now. That's it. Okay, okie dokie, okie dokie. Let's see. Let's see. 351. 2980. Hello, Never Suffer. Hey, is our trader odd session? Yeah, it's just been expanding higher, right? It's a market maker model. Buy, sell side, buy side. Now the question is, when are we done? This is the yesterday's opening range gap, by the way. The yellow, that's not yellow, that's gray. The yellow box, gray box. The yellow box is here. I mean, so look at the 1 hourly, guys. So if you see this, right? You see, we're going to have a candle here. What do you guys think this candle is going to do? If you use logic, what do you think that the purpose of this 1 hourly candle is going to be? It still has 7 minutes to go. What do you guys think? What is the purpose of this candle? It already tells you most likely what will happen until 4 o'clock, right? Who thinks what will happen until 4 o'clock? Because we're looking at the 1 hourly. Will it go all the way lower, or will it go up to a certain level, or what do you guys think? What will they leave behind? No, I'm not looking for a breaker, but what do you think? Where will the low of this candle, will this low have a purpose? Let me get rid of the yellow. What do we have now? Yeah, so do you think it will come down? Or do you think this candle will come down all the way to close this? So you already know the low of this hourly candle is most likely, it might go a little bit lower, but do you think it will close the gap until 4 o'clock? They want to leave a gap. They're creating a gap. We need inefficiencies, right? The market does only two things. Go back to inefficiencies or go to liquidity. That's it. So it's creating an inefficiency here. So you want this to stay. You want this open. So that's why if you are framing a short and you're already looking at the 1 hour, you're sort of like, you should already be aware that it might not go lower now until 4 o'clock. It might go lower after 4 o'clock, but then again, you have to think, will it close the full bullish fair value gap on the 1 hour or just step into it? So you already can frame your trade. Your short is not going to work all the way up to here. Your short might work somewhere until this area, right? If it's going to work. Does that make sense? You also have a wick here, right? Now, when it's really, when we're in a range, it could blast through it and create another wick. It can, but considering we have a Tuesday low, considering how price has been moving, considering we still have liquidity above us, going over more things, you know, you're trying to stack probabilities. Are they going to leave this gap and use this gap in the next hour for liftoff, or are we going to maybe do other things, right? Well, this is how you use higher time frame analysis. You look, okay, what might the, you can always be wrong, and it might just close the whole gap and create a large wick, whatever. But looking at the hourly, and especially when you have such a large distribution candle, right? what is the purpose of a distribution candle? How are they going to reuse it? How are they, well, by framing, creating a fair value gap, and using that fair value gap maybe an hour later, or maybe 2 hours later, or maybe 3 hours later, or disrespect it. But what do we have here? So on the, remember on the 4 hour where I showed you guys we've been wicking into it? So we've sort of like being, it's been showing us bullishness all the time here already, right? Just by not going lower, the bodies are just not going lower. On the 4 hour, on the 1 hour, it's tricky, but look at the 4 hour here, using this wick. But at some point, we did take out the low here. But we weren't, it didn't make us, it just gave us the Tuesday low to go back up again, right? Because the bodies have not even gone into 25% of this wick, only the wicks. And that is purely manipulation. Yesterday was purely manipulation, all day, back and forth, back and forth. But the 4 hour tells you the real story, right? Here, that's where the story comes in. Bodies tell the story, wicks do the damage. For me, wicks are everything, because the wicks are telling me more than, the wicks are telling me actually now, we are not bearish at all. We're bullish. So that's why I after 11 o'clock, I started trading back to the upside again. I didn't catch the whole move though. Hey, Bowser. Hey, you retracted your, what did you say? Did you go against what I said or something? Why did you retract your message? Bowser, what did you type? I want to know now. And you make me curious. I want to see what you type. How is it? How have you been doing? 29,000 is a gamma level. I have no idea. I don't use it, but no, if I'm in a trade, you will see it on my on the screen. Oh, that was hard to say. I'm sort of like, I already had a good trade already in the morning, but I'm sort of like, I'm seeing bearishness, I'm seeing bullishness, but I'm also aware that, what are we going to do now? We had a large expansion already. Are we going to either accumulate or before we go higher? Bullish up to 430. Okay, let's see the next macro. Just want to see how we're going to react in this 1 hour fair value gap. Did Bowser did Bowser just press the like button? Oh, we're giving him a. Did Bowser press the like button? How many likes do I have? I never really look at the likes, but Mr. Chaos is my like. He's on the like. You guys are so funny. But what happened? No, we're just joking. We're just no. I saw you retracted a message, and I was just saying, what did you type, and you took back? I'm just curious. This is the updated levels for the whole day, and the 1 hour have respected it the past hour. Okay, gotcha. Good morning. Hello, back there, old school from London. Hello, hello. I said 4 hour high is in. Okay, gotcha. Well, look, if we're starting to expand, we don't even go in, then this is a breakaway gap. If we go over this level here, I think we're going to go for the previous day high. Okay, enough. Let me. What was your trade in the morning? I'll go over the trade in the morning again. But let me just first have a look here because I want to see what we're doing. 20,080. I think 80 is, yeah, I think we're going to go. You see 350 exactly formed that fair value gap, and now it's a breakaway gap. Yeah, OBM breakers. You see, order block, boom, retest. It's a continuation. You can tell. It tells you we're continue. It's a continuation. This is a propulsion. It's continuation block, right? And in combination with the 1 hour fair value gap, it tells you this is a breakaway gap. So we're gonna go higher. I'm watching the 2 p.m. 1 hour wick. 2 p.m. 1 hour wick. This one here. Yeah, you're looking at it. It's going to reject there or what? I'm thinking we're going to go all the way up here now. 29,134 because we never touched it yesterday. I think we're going to blast through. I think we're going to get some speed. I mean, we have a breakaway gap now. I mean, I think it's going to go fast. I think we're going to go expansion higher. We're going to go for everything now. I would be surprised if we're going to go back down now. Guys, I feel more comfortable just tape reading for me. I already had a trade and I just do better. I would rather help you guys with tape reading, if that's okay. Yeah, I think we're gonna blast off. No holding back, baby. 29,107 in the cards. 29,107. 29,107 for sure. I think we're going to blast all the way back to this area here. 134 at some point. But 107 first and then we'll see. You see how those tops of opening range gaps are also sensitive, right? It also reacts here. We tapped 50% at 2 p.m. Yeah, I'm also just sort of like, I want to be careful here because we are at the top of the, we ended up a market maker model. Just want to see what it wants to do. Like we've been rejecting here. Are we rejecting in this wick, right? That's what Bowser is looking at. Um, this could be a potential rejection block. That's true. But then it could just reject, go lower, and then go back up again at some point. So we could have a nice retracement into this fair value gap, right? Rejecting here, rejection block. Retracement doesn't mean it's turning with not bearish, but we just have a retracement for the time being. And they could be larger, but they could use this fair value gap that we created, right? So retracement and then back up maybe. I'm still bullish, but it doesn't mean we can get retracements. DBT, I would rather say always trade your own plan. It doesn't matter who, Bowser or whatever, trade your own plan. Bowser could have an off day. Never trust one person with to to trade with your money. Now we all know he's a good trader, but still make your own plan. Trust your own analysis. Don't fade yourself. That is the best thing I can tell everyone. Next 15-minute bull trend. Let's see what it wants to do. 413. I'm almost getting hungry nowadays around this time. It's just so weird. I think it's because it's winter, it's cold. That's why I'm getting more hungry. Hmm. Naman Kakak. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Um, Thanks, Iris. My trade is done. We see us in AM sessions. Bye bye. Gosh, your names are so Danush. Next 15-minute candle bull trend. I think we're still bullish, but let's see. I mean, we're still above 3 and 4 o'clock, so I would like a trade to the upside. think, yep. 4:15. My brother knows, and my mother is too old to realize it, but and my father is dead. He doesn't know, unfortunately. Well, I think he does know from there. I t- Actually, we talked about that yesterday. Um, but even though he's not here, I'm sure he knows, I guess. But yeah, my aunt knows. I actually got into trading because of my aunt, my old aunt, but she's more of an investor. But she actually told me, hey, you should better get to know how the market works because you need to know. But she's, she lives off dividends literally. I mean, she's been investing her whole life, and but yeah, I don't do that. But I think that's a good way to invest your money um, into dividend stocks, so you can live off dividends. I think that's a good way forward. Um, but yeah, I mean, a lot of people tell you they give you the advice not to share it, but obviously you want to share it. But when you become successful, I think it creates more issues than good things with family. Um, but no, my cousin, he's very proud of me. Um, he's been traveling for a while, and he sent me a message, and I said, "Oh, how's your YouTube channel doing?" I said, "Well, it's doing really well." And I mentioned that I started a mentorship a while back, and he says, "Wow, I'm really impressed," and he means it. So I guess he is. But then again, you also have to be. It depends on your family, I guess. But you have to be careful. Rather, when you begin, I would not tell anyone. I waited quite a while before actually sharing the information. Um, because people always know, like, the thing is, I was already moving to South Africa, and I was already, already broke out of the red race, I guess. But people that are stuck in the red race and you break out of it, it's always hard for them to. They are happy for you, but also when people are not happy with their own lives, there's always a form of resentment. And you will see that with friends a lot. I had to let go of many people because they wish you well until you really do better, and they don't. Then something you can tell something is off. They just don't. They're not really interested in how much freedom you actually have, and if they are stuck and they just don't know how to get out of it, they it's hard for them. So yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm funded and I have my own account. But yeah, you have to be. People will be happy for you until you really do better than them. It's the truth. It's just not all of them, but most of them will. Most of them, because they're struggling. It's hard. They want the same, but they don't know how. And some of them are just too damn lazy to put in the work. So most of them want to become a successful trader, but they don't want to put in the work. That's the truth. If you want to become a successful trader, you need to put in the work. And it's not easy. It's hard work, and it takes time. Okay, 419. Come, okay, so we are above the opening range gap. I think we're going to go higher. I think we're going to go. Yeah, we're above it. Let's go to 107 and then we'll see from there. I like to see 107, and so that will be the daily open again, and a little bit higher, and then I think we're going to go to previous day, but it might take a while. We're damn bullish. Oh my God. Um, Very nice move today in London. Very okay. So my trade was, someone asked about my trade. I positioned myself just before the open. Oh, sorry, 150 macro. That was right over here. Right on this candle here, it was 150-ish, 157. I can't remember, or 152. And I was expecting a 1 hour distribution candle to the upside. So I was aiming for just above Asia high. We had a high here, but it was an algorithmic level that I thought we might reach, but then we went lower. I gave back 20 points, so it was about 80-point trade. But I gave back because it didn't go there. We had a retracement, and I didn't want to wait, so I got out. So I got out at 60 points. And then we had a retracement, and then we went higher, and again then. This retracement was actually, we were forming an order block here. That was the order block that we used again here to for the continuation, I guess. But let's see. Pum, 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 pum. Wow, so bullish. 19 minutes. I would have liked a little bit more retracement so that. All I see is liquidity for sales. Yeah, I would rather wait as well now for just a nice short for at some point. Just let this run go up and just tape read it, and then, well, maybe I don't know. Maybe we're just gonna get. Hey, Bowser, I'm getting trend day vibes, to be honest. Um, just wondering if we're gonna get a trend day to the upside. Not sure yet. Not sure yet. For me, yesterday was already, I mean, I shared that with you, right? That the short weren't resonating to me, and I was like, "Ah, just something is off." Um, we're forming a lot of bullish order blocks. Also on the higher time frame, we've got quite a bit of bullish order blocks as well. I mean, we've got some business here as well. tracking consolidation. I would almost call this all time distortion. I don't know. Higher, we retraced. Accumulation, manipulation, distribution. You want to go long. Crazy, where's the retracement? Once I become successful, I don't think I would tell anyone. Not that I'm being selfish or what. The general people do not fully understand about it. Yes, correct. Yeah, you will know, and you know, it's hard because you feel very. Sometimes when you share it, and especially when you grow and you're doing well, you want to share it, and you get like a reaction. It doesn't feel. It's very hurtful in the beginning because, and then you are holding back, and you just feel like that's where it becomes lonely. And I used to join other groups and communities, but I never, I wasn't the one who was talking a lot in the chat. So I was just, listening to other people and just, I'm actually very shy. How weird does it sound in other groups? But then starting my own YouTube channel now, and I told Method that as well today, because we had a little bit of, we shared some things that were going on this week. And I said, this week, the biggest gift from me from the whole YouTube channel is the community that we're building. And it really feels like a family, and it feels like a safe space for me. And that's the biggest gift starting this YouTube channel gave to me, is you guys, is the chat, and just the community. And it really feels like a very solid. That's why we hardly have any trolls. And if a troll comes in, I mean, we just bite his head off very quickly. But that's the biggest gift. And then I'm like, okay, I don't need anyone else. We've got our group of people. We all share the same struggles. We know what we've been through. We know what we're going through. And no one will understand who doesn't trade. And it's very funny because people ask you that, but what do you talk about? Because I do share it. I do have some nice older friends, the older people. They're very interested, and they are like, oh, but what do you do? And then I tell them, yeah. But it's very funny. They always say, yeah, but what do you talk about? And then you say, yeah, no, there's a chart, and but you only talk about they're like, yeah, but what do you talk about? Yeah, we talk about what the chart. And people don't understand, right? But that's really because they are not into trading. But it's not because they're not interested. The older people that are older, and I tell it to, they're really generally interested. But for my own friends, I generally, they never. I've got one friend, by the way. He's generally interested. We have the same line of work, but that's just one. And but he doesn't. He's honest. He said, I don't understand the thing you're talking about, but hey, I'm proud of you. But other people, especially females, they never really ask anymore. How are you doing? How's it going? They don't. They're afraid for me to hear that I'm doing really well. They don't want to hear it. It's the truth. But then again, I don't care anymore because I realized I had to let people go. If I want to become a successful trader, I had to let people go. But now I have you guys. Yes, Discord is free to join. Yes. Yes, Marette. And also the thing is, when you start making more money, guys, it's also something that is really weird. People don't understand. People who have a normal job, they don't understand that the money we make as traders, if you reach a certain levels, we speak like, oh, today I made, let's say I made $1,000, and you cannot say that to people that don't make it comes across very weird. Like, oh, today I made $1,000. Oh, today I lost $500. You do not want. That's why I also don't like to talk about money, because it just, most people don't understand the amounts that we make. It is different. It's a different life, and most people can't relate to that. And you have to understand, and you have to understand that is also, it's normal, right? I mean, only traders understand. So 107. Yeah, here we go. 107. This was a level I wanted to. Um, let's see what happens here. Maybe we get our retracement now, or not. If we blast through here, I'm like, okay, then we're gonna go just. But why should we retrace? Are we going to retrace to the order block to 29.50? Yeah, I'm thinking I want. It's going to be short 29.50. Maybe just up to here. I don't know. I expect to stall here. Yeah, so if you made 3,000 on the weekend and you lost, let's say, let's say you have a bad day and you lose 1,000 and you say, okay, well, you're still within your, let's just say it's still within your normalcy. But even 500 bucks or 750, for example, it sounds like, oh, today, it sounds like, you know, it's maybe a whole week's work for someone and it's just like painful if you talk about those amounts of money like it's nothing, right? Do you use a fixed lot or does the size change? So I always chart on Nasdaq, but I trade MNQ, and it just totally depends on. I used to trade NQ, but I haven't done that on my live or on my evals lately. Most of it is just has been MNQ, even though I like to chart, even though I prefer to chart on NQ. But I know one thing that is always the same, that is, it doesn't matter my setup, my model, for my journaling and my stats. I don't want to risk more. If I have risk more than 40 points, which is 160, then something is off. And it doesn't matter. It always came back to the max. So my max points, and obviously then it comes down to sizing, but I should never go over 40 points stop loss, larger than that. And for some reason, every time it came back, the moment I have to, if I'm framing a trade and I can't frame it with the stop loss below or max that, I know I'm off. I should not even do it. And sometimes I still do it, but then I'm always punished. But yeah, it just totally depends on my setup, on how the day's been going. If I've been paper trading first, the first few trades, and I feel confident, I I'm willing to size up. Like, for example, if I see a trade and I'm very, very confident, I can easily go in with 10 micros. I don't mind. And with micros, it's easy to scale in and out. And sometimes I get in maybe with a couple of micros and then I add if I see the trade work out. But with a mini, most of the times it's one. Sometimes I don't go. I haven't traded much with many minis, even before not. I've always been a little bit careful with that. Maybe one or two. Sometimes three. Three's been the max, but that hasn't been a lot. But that's something I'm growing into. Yeah, you're gambling exactly. Well, we all start as gamblers, but then at some point you become a speculator. There's a big difference. Then you just have more. But yeah, everybody's saying, oh, and they always say, oh, I think I can do it as well. It's not that hard to be a trader, but you're gambling. But then they always say, oh, I'm sure I can do it as well. I said, yeah, you can. If you study, everybody can do it. There's nothing, there's nothing mysterious about it. You can do it. It's becoming like any profession. If you study, you can do it. Why did you choose SA as home? Well, yesterday actually there was a nice conversation because I had another person who actually said he mentioned the little town he lived in. I said, I'm from there actually. I came here because of the bush. I love wildlife and I did a lot of wildlife related projects. But I was traveling and I ended up in this area and then I signed a year lease. But I ended up signing another year lease here. So I'm a little bit longer in this place here than I'm supposed to be. But normally I'm in the bush. Yeah, it's because of the wildlife. Because I also was involved in wildlife related projects. Currently, I'm not. So that will change again. But it's the nature. It's being yeah. I have nature here as well. I've got beach and nature here, and but it's not like the wildlife that I used to have around me. A little bit different. Is there anywhere else you want to try living in? Oh, sugar. I was actually, it was Costa Rica or it was South Africa. I was also trying to buy something in Costa Rica, but I did not do it. I decided to live in South, but I know Costa Rica very well. I like Costa Rica. Yes. Sierra Leone. Oh, that's interesting. To live in? Is that where you? I mean, isn't that war? Isn't that? Wasn't that a little bit unstable, Sierra Leone? Or am I confused? So Danush, I'm in South Africa. I'm in KwaZulu Natal, to be specific. Yeah, Africa is something special. I mean, there is something about Africa. It's a special continent. It is a special continent. Yeah, I mean, we're pushing higher, obviously, still, but it's going very slow, right? You guys know I don't like to be in slow trades. I would rather wait. I can see us go. We still have. Remember yesterday when I said I don't like that we haven't tapped into this end walk and end dog? I believe we're going to do that now. 136, which is previous day high and weekly open. Original consolidation. Boom. Oh, what a beautiful move, guys. Um, and here I am in your hometown. Where are you? Are you in Hoedspruit? Are you in Hoedspruit, Vincent? Where are you? Are you in Hoedspruit currently? You'll make me jealous if you're there. I miss Hoedspruit, to be honest, a little bit. Oh, Amstelveen. Okay, I got you. I got you. Wasn't well, Amsterdam. My hometown is actually Voorburg. I'm born there, and then I lived in Amsterdam, The Hague, and some other areas. But Amstelveen, I used to work there at KLM head office and on the airport. So it's technically my home. Spent more time in Amstelveen than anywhere else. I'm not so jealous of that, to be honest. I'm more jealous when you would be in Hoedspruit. How's the weather in the Netherlands, by the way, now? It's summer almost. It's spring. How's it go? Is it nice? Is it springy? Or is it cold? Even I saw a car of Jonas as the guide showed his burned car. That was sad, but the nature and the beaches were so. Yes, yeah, yeah. You know, there are issues obviously in South Africa. I mean, you know, and the farm murders are a thing. It happens. It's not a story that's been made up. There's definitely farm murders are still going. Um, I am driving the tram in Amstelveen. Oh, are you? Really? What number? Hey, Vincent, go say hi to NQ. Take the tram and say hello. That's so cool. What number are you on, NQ Trader? What line are you on? I remember. I know the lines. I didn't know. That's awesome. Line 5 and 25. Oh, you see how funny it is. How small the world is, right? Isn't it crazy? Maybe you guys are crossing. Maybe you guys are really close to each other right now. I mean, Amstelveen is very small. I mean, if you both are in Amstelveen, you are already literally within a few kilometers apart from each other anyway. Yeah, well, Theo, I'm sure there's someone in the chat also close to you, most likely. How many people do we have? 75. I live in Heemstede. Oh, nice. Nice, close to the beach as well. Heemstede is awesome. Heemstede, Aardenhout, beautiful area. Isn't it funny? Yeah. So we have a small cafe here, which is called FOMO. Isn't that crazy? But actually, it's part of their name. But it's part of the first two letters of, I believe, last name and something else. I can't remember. They told me, I said, how is it possible that I, in such a small town, have a cafe that's called FOMO? No, I guess, no, Theo, you're right about that. Most people are sleeping. You're right. But hey, no, well, lately we have some people that are, I mean, I have some people, they come in and they go back to sleep at some point. But yeah, I'm always surprised, like, wow. Um, yeah. Okay, some rain in the Netherlands, yeah. Yeah, Vincent, we need to plan because let me know the dates because I go once per month to Bolito to do some shopping because we don't have much shopping here. I have a supermarket in this little town. I even need to go out of town for gasoline. So once a month I go to Bolito, I go to Woolworths, and I need to do some shopping for other stuff, and then I buy all my things. So um, well, I would love to meet you guys. That would be awesome. I would love to meet your family as well. Curious to, it would be nice. But yeah, let me know if you're still up to. I can come drive by after my shopping or before my shopping. I either go to Richards Bay but I like Belito a little bit better for shopping. It's just a little bit more better shops. Yeah. It's always go nice to the real world because I'm sort of like in a little bubble here, and it's like I feel like I'm going to the real world then if I go to Richards Bay or Belito. It's either I'm in the middle of the two, so it's either or, but I prefer Belito. But Richards Bay is a little bit closer, so if I don't have any meetings, I meet up some people in Durban or Belito, so then I go there. But yeah. I went to one small town near LA and they had a bagel shop with all the monitors running tickers and the owner was a trader and he would trade while making coffee in a bagel. Oh, really? You're running a shop? That's awesome. So he had like on it, so while he was actually serving people, he could always monitor the charts. That would be an awesome store to also sit then as a customer because you already have all your screens up. Does he trade NQ? Can you make a request? What is he trading? That's awesome. A bagel. Imagine that if you have like a passion to do something like that, and then you can combine it, and then you, or maybe he became a trader while already had the shop, so he added. He traded during New York, and does he trade NQ or does he trade stocks? Could you make a like if you do something else? Could you like ask him? That's awesome. That's a nice place to sit and just hang out. I Yeah, I could sit at the FOMO cafe as well, but when you talk, I mean, it's like, and I always feel uncomfortable if, if people see the screen a little bit, they're going to ask about it. Then you get this, awkward conversations again. Like, aren't you gambling? It's always the same. Okay, whatever. All right, Danilo, welcome to the family. He was so young and decided to invest his life in this. Oh, that's awesome. Well, it's good to have to invest your money, what you make from trade. I have to get better at that as well. I need to start investing, but I'm still thinking like, what do I want? Because I'm sort of, am I staying here? What am I doing? So I also need to give it more thought. But yeah, you want to invest in something that will keep, like if trading stops or you stop or you don't, you're still making money. But I have to get better at that. Okay, so expanding still. Not interested anymore to put on a trade. I'm rather interested to look for a short to see how high we're going to go. Is this the high? Have we took enough liquidity or are we going to push higher? So, um, beautiful expansion, guys. See, in London, I find it always hard to trade the 4 hour expansion. For some reason, I'm just not doing that well. So London, I'm only able to trade 1 hour expansion candles. But look at this beauty from 2 a.m. Boom, taking out all this liquidity. I could have easily seen us reject here as well. So, but then again, this gave a lot of information for me yesterday. But yeah, I didn't expect this in London. But here we are, 4 hour expansion can. Now the question is, I mean, we still have 1 more hour to go. Are we going to go higher, right? Is there more that we want to take out? That's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. The, so you see the difference with yesterday and today, right? I mean, it went slow, but it is like yesterday we had like yesterday we had this wick, right? 2 a.m. And like, look at the difference. A wick, and now we have an expansion candle. It's just such a different price action, and we are over now. We're almost over this 4 hour level. That means we are going to take this liquidity here. We did already, yeah. So now this can be, you're done. Thank you for your service. We don't need you anymore. We can look at this one, this little one here. Just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Um, when did you become a trader? Well, I started 6.5 years ago, but I don't think I could have called myself a trader until maybe 2 years back, because I had still a lot of work. I didn't journal for a long time. I didn't know what I was doing. So it took a while. Um, I think the funny thing is, I think I became a trader after I got my first few payouts from Top Step. And I got a little bit like, oh my God, you're proud, you're happy. But then I got a reality check very quickly again, like, you're not there yet. You have to work a little bit harder. Um, but the funny thing is, so I put in the work. I was already journaling and I was growing, but obviously there was still a lot of work to be done. But then I got headhunted by a prop firm, and they said, "Well, would you like to work with us? Because we're looking for futures traders." And I only put it on LinkedIn as because I was proud, like, okay, I think I've managed now to be able to live of trading. And I thought, just for myself, and I thought never ever, I didn't know that people were actually, I mean, I didn't know anything about that there were, at that time, prop firms weren't actually doing, well, Top Step was actually doing it already, broadcasting live, but I mean, I didn't see myself on that level. But then I got like, they contacted me and said, could we test your trading skills and see if you are a fit for us to work with us? So we want you to go live on YouTube, blah, blah, blah. So they tested me and they found my trading sufficient enough. And that's how my YouTube my adventure started, because I had to buy all the things, and I was like, okay, well, then I go live for them for Hola Prime. And so yeah, I did that for a while, but at some point it didn't really work out because I wasn't allowed to say this, and they only worked with Project X, which I hated. I couldn't use indicators, and I was a little bit of an outlier with my ICT. So at some point, the lady that recruited me, she says, you know what? I think you need to go solo. I think you're much better off. I don't think it's going to work here with you because you either. I wasn't allowed to say this and that, and I was like, yeah, but I want to be myself. If I don't know anything, I want to be able to say that. No, but you have, blah blah blah. So she says you have to go solo, and I said nah. And she's the one that pushed me. She said, yes, please do it. Just do it. I think you will do really really well. And I said, yeah. She said, you bought everything. You have a setup and you're done. And that's how. And I thought, okay, well, she says, just start, just give it a go. I'm like, yeah, but no one's going to listen. He says, well, then you just record it for yourself. I said, that's a good idea. Then I can make my journal, like my videos are going to be my journal. And I said, okay, well, win-win. So that's how I went. I just started. Because of her, I'm very thankful. Because if it wasn't for her, I would never done it. So, um, so that's actually where I really because they recruited me and I had to test. I was tested and I could prove myself. That was actually the point. Well, actually, the moment I put it on LinkedIn, I can look at the date and I can see, okay, that's where I thought I'm actually a trader. So I think I was maybe 3.5 or 4 years in, or maybe even that's where I thought, okay, you know what? Now I'm ready to really put it down as me on my LinkedIn now. I'm not a functional application manager anymore. I'm not a scrum master anymore. I'm a day trader. And I really felt it. I really felt it. So that's why I updated my LinkedIn channel. And by that I got recruited. And that's where actually the whole thing started to uh, to to roll, I guess. So structure, the trade that I took was merely based on the expansion candle of the 2 o'clock. So I was expecting expansion. Now, normally as an AMD power of 3 trader, what you want to do is there's a 2 o'clock candle. What you want to do, my strategy for this trade was, now obviously there's much more confluence that I take into account. I use time, I look what happened before. I was already bullish because of specific things that I was looking into, some levels that were being respected. I already have this level here that I could see, okay, we're retesting that at a specific time and here. Now, the strategy is very, very simple. It is, I want to position myself, if I'm expecting expansion, I want to position myself between the open and the low. And that means the manipulation move. That's the area where I want to position myself. And then you write the expansion. Now, I was aiming for a little bit higher than Asia high, but I gave back 20 points because we had a little retracement forming a order block. Right, you can see that right over here. And yeah, that was literally, so I was expecting this expansion to the upside. And the strategy is positioning yourself between the open and the low. Now on the lower time frame, you can see it more clearly. But yeah, technically you want to do it with a 4 hour candle, but that has been a little bit challenging for me lately. But yeah, that's what I actually normally trade. But if I can't trade it, I just trade the hourly candle. And as you can see, the 4 hour candle has been expanding as well, but that's okay. Sometimes you just let it go and just you observe. So yeah, I was expecting bullishness. I positioned myself before I started the stream, which is just before 2 o'clock. So we had this bullish candle here already. We were above it, so I positioned myself somewhere here, which was also in the area here. So I managed to do what normally the wick should be a little bit larger, but yeah, it was still, this level is already very important to me. So this was my roadmap as well. I didn't expect us to go lower, so my stop was literally, I put my stop a little bit lower here, just because, no, I could not have done, let me see. I can't remember, I have to go back in the stream where I put it. But yeah, just the passing through here was already very bullish to me. Passing through this already told me, okay, I'm on the right side now. I can start positioning. Somewhere here. Yeah. On my workstation, oh, it's very simple. I just have 2 laptops at the moment. So just 2 screens. That's it. But normally I had, when I was in the Netherlands, I had 4 screens. But I'm fine with 2. But I would prefer another big screen. I still need to. I wasn't supposed to live here this long, so I didn't really invest because I had to travel with it, and my car. I have a small Suzuki Jimny. So I was like, oh, let me not buy too much stuff. So yeah, but now I'm here for another year, so. Wow, it's been a while that we had 4 hour expansion, I think. I haven't seen that for a while. Here we did actually, but we did here. I don't think I traded this. I can't remember. 4 hour expansion, 10 o'clock as well. Okay, let me rephrase that. I think I should say the 4 hour expansion that felt like it was going to expand or able to read it. But yeah, beautiful. But hey, listen, guys, are you seeing what I'm seeing, or am I wrong here? Is it a devil's mark? No, I don't think so. It's a very small candle. It's just a very small wick. I still haven't figured out. Like the devil's mark, we say devil's mark is when there's no wick, but I still believe that if it's like one or two ticks or something, I think we can still consider it a devil's mark, but I still have to backtest that. Method, I think we talked about that, but and I wonder if there's a difference between 1 hour candle, 2 hour, 4 hour candle daily. How much allowance can we still consider it a devil's mark when there's a very, very, very small wick? Now there is a small wick here, but how many points does it have to be below a specific amount? I just don't know. But I think there is. I think there is a. See, it's very small. It's this area. It's just 2 points, right? We can't call that like it's below 2 points on the 4 hour. I wonder if we can consider that a devil's mark. But on the other, I think it has to be like below one. Do you hear that, guys? Like, wow, that's a noisy bird. That is a noisy bird. Yeah, it's a bird. But it's like, wow. I mean, I'm like, whoa. It's happy that the rain stopped, I guess. Okay, let's see. Where are we at? Damn, are we gonna go higher? I think so. Well, anyway, NQ and ES, we both hit the N walk. Um, so I guess we can expect a retracement, right? Um, for standard deviation. We're gonna get a nice retracement. Yeah, it was a bird. I mean, it was a very loud bird. Indeed, it was very loud. I know. I'm sorry about that. It was outside and everything is closed. So I was also like, what? It really shook me a little bit. But then, okay, it is just a birdie. I don't know what kind. He's still there. It's further away. Just happy that the rain has stopped. Yeah, guys, I'm just thinking, like, is it worthwhile to? I don't think it's 5 o'clock. We could turn here after a large move. Um, are we gonna get continue? I would rather be inclined to think that we might get continuation to the upside in New York, but I'm just not sure what the retracement is going to give us, and if we're just going to. I just wonder if we're going to get a trend day. I'm going to do a poll with you guys. I'm just getting some trend day vibes a little bit. Just curious what you guys think. Let me do a poll. 60 votes, bullish 72%. Obviously, 4:30, we're already at 5 o'clock, so that was correct. Obviously, the chat is always. Um, We took out a lot of liquidity already. We went into the weekly open. If you look back on the 1 hourly or the whatever 90 minutes, half an hour, you don't see as clear those fair value. We had fair value gaps, but and we disrespected them again, right? So we could do the same. We have a devil's mark on the 1 o'clock. Is it the 1 o'clock? Yeah, the 1 o'clock today, midnight, after midnight, I mean. So the question is, are we going to do the same? Just going to go back, disrespect everything again, and go back lower? Or are we going to continue to the upside? And then go for Tuesday low? Or are we going to respect Tuesday low and go for Monday high? So, question is for New York. So body wise, on the higher time frame, we did not really expand. Wicks wise, we went out of Monday range, right? Obviously, but on the higher time frame, it just shows as wicks. But so technically, the body stayed within the range. So technically, I still call it an inside day almost. Yesterday, it's just minor. Let me see on the 4 hour. Sunday, Monday. Well, we did go lower during Asia already, so technically that was Monday. That's Tuesday already. So no, never mind what I said, guys. It was Monday, but it was already Asia. So technically that is already Tuesday. So we did go out of Monday's range. Yeah, I'm gonna do a poll. I want to see what you guys think. Are we gonna is New York? So forget about the Judas, but technically the will we have a bullish daily candle or a bearish daily candle? Let me see where we're at now. So we are looking bullish now on the daily. Question is, are we going to go into this wick and go lower, or are we just going to go higher into this area here? So this is a large wick, by the way. There we go. It's 29,300. Damn, hard to say for me. What do you guys think? Are we going to have a bullish or bearish day in New York? So that means we're going to maybe even go over this level, or are we going to expand lower? So we're just forming the wick of the daily here to go lower again. Or are we going to consolidate? Yeah. Are we going to take out Tuesday low, or are we going to take out Tuesday high? I'm going to do that, poll. Will New York be bullish or bearish? Bullish or bearish? Curious. Like the daily candle was still early, right? We could easily go up here and just go retrace again, right? All the way back down and finally get into this wick here. Because we already went into this 4-hour wick and maybe it wants to go lower. Bullish. Bullish, most of you so far. 50-50. Most of you are bullish. Bearish 56%. Yeah. Um yeah, if I calculate the full range, premium discount is about 50% of this opening range gap. So I can see us go into this gap here. But I'm just thinking, like, if we go all the way up to here, why would it not go all the way up to here and take this liquidity as well, right? So I don't know. Um, Remember, we left two Asia highs above us. We did not take Asia high for 2 days last week. Now it doesn't have to do that, obviously, but I mean, where was it? Asia high. I think we left this one here, and we left another one, I believe. Oh, only one maybe still left here. Only one. Okay, I guess we took this one here on Friday on the afternoon. We took it here. Yeah, just one. My bad. Oh, what are people doing? Um, Maryland, USA. Are you in Maryland, USA? Yeah. So I think I'm going to leave it here. Why? I would rather wait until I get confirmation of an invalidation of the long, or if we're gonna have continuation, it will be clear at some, because we keep on making order blocks. Like for example, this could be either if we don't continue here, we could create another set of order blocks we could use again as continuation, continuation. So I'm not sure yet about the trend day, but it could be that we just trend higher and higher. We might get one retracement and the New York continuation, but we could also just disrespect those higher time frame fair value gaps that we formed, because they've been doing that this week. If you go back on to the 1 hour, you can see that we formed 1 hour fair value gap and then they went straight through it, inversion. So that could be possible. We could have finalized a market maker model and then go lower. There's no news technically today, right? I forgot. I think I forgot about it already. Yeah, we have only FOMC minutes. That's not really that interesting. Um, yeah. No news. Yeah, if we sort of go higher again from here, let's see. You don't want to. I don't know if this. Not everything is an order block, right? You have to. There are specifics you need to take into account. Um, so let's see if it becomes one. Yeah, I think pre-market will give us more information. For now, I'm gonna enjoy the day. I'm not gonna trade anything because for me it's a little bit. I don't want to go long in here, but I also don't see. I just don't see the short yet. I just can't. I'm not sure. So it's 5 o'clock. And if it's a short, I would rather let it go down for confirmation and then maybe in pre-market trade continuation to the downside if it's going to be to the downside. If it's done, I would rather have a proper confirmation that we're really now done with the work with the downside. I'm not interested in catching this first move because there's so many. I just see more room to the upside first. I don't know. I don't think it's done yet. I could be totally wrong. So I would rather wait and come back, do some stuff, and then come back pre-market and then reassess again. But yeah, it was a nice. It wasn't a bad morning in the sense of how it moved. I'm happy with the trade, even though it was 60 points, but yeah, it's good enough. For London, I mean, I wasn't able to trade London for quite a while, so I'm happy. I'm just happy for being able to see a trade, let me put it that way. It doesn't matter how many points it is, it's just being able to frame it, being able to have the right direction, and being able to execute it. Because you can still see a trade, but if you can't execute on it, which I never knew before I streamed, I never knew there were two different things. Analyzing a trade and executing on them. There are literally two different. You can analyze it, be 100% correct, but your brain can be so slow that you're still wrong, or you just put it. You just too. I don't know. It's two different things. But yeah, I'm happy that those two things were aligned today. And yeah, you just want a piece of the pie, right? You don't want the whole move. It's okay. We're happy with it, content with enough. And that's it. And then now we just reassess for the remaining session for New York, what it wants to do. Either it wants to go higher, and then we will have to look into higher time frame. I guess order blocks and breakers will be important. And if it wants to go lower, it will disrespect a couple of those very quickly, and we will know. Most likely the fair value gaps that we formed on the 1 hour will be very indicative. Remember, we formed these here, like this one here. Let's see if this one holds or it just wants to use it to go higher, or does it want to inverse it, right? We've seen it a lot that they, like for example, here we have a fair value gap as well, and it just inverted this, right? Now, it didn't mean that it went for it was just going back and forth, but at least you know it's not going, we're not going higher, we're just most likely going back and forth. So we could do the same and still leave the Tuesday low intact, if that makes sense, and not expand until Thursday. It is a possibility, or take out this low. Now, you do want to be aware that we did take out, I mean, we have on the hourly and the 4 hour, we did have a market structure shift. To the downside. Now, for me, I keep on saying it, the true market structure shift is this one on the 4 hour. If I say we have a body closure below it, then I really turn bearish in the sense of like, okay, but I'm just wondering if this is still a range where we're range bound in. Because sometimes when you're just consolidating and I notice that sometimes you cannot trust these PDRAs. Like everybody's, oh, it's bearish because we have a breaker here. But I would rather see this maybe function as a breaker. So that means I want to take out this high again. And then this might be the first breaker. I don't like one structured candles as a breaker. But on the larger time frame, it could be easily. So I'm just wondering if it's really a change in state delivery that can be invalidated, or did we have a true market structure shift on the higher time frame? I'm not sure. I'm a little bit unsure about that. I could be totally wrong and missing something, but hey, time will tell and we'll journal. But yeah, I'm just not sure yet if this was the true market structure shift. And are we going to go one leg higher? But you just have to take in consideration that we also have bearish. This is also, for those who are only looking at the bullishness, we do have also bearish PDRAs as well. Don't forget about those, even though it might look bullish now. Yeah, so it's a tricky area. I just think we're gonna have some buy side here as well. So I don't know, maybe reject somewhere here, maybe even midpoint of this whole range, the bodies. Where's the midpoint? Where are you? You're here. Okay. Five is here. But we'll see. We'll be back in, for those I see in pre-market prep, I'll see you in pre-market prep. Any questions, guys? Are you profit? God, I hope New York's not a bitch again. Yeah, it was hard. It was not easy. I get. Yeah. Um. We are just in balance. If you don't like it, go away. See, that's what I like. I love about my chat. Yeah, whatever. I'm not going to even go into that. Yeah, NVIDIA, thank you for, we already had someone pointing that out. I appreciate that. Yeah, so that could be as well. NVIDIA might be something we have to take into account, guys. Thank you for, I really appreciate that you guys point that out. But yeah, it could be that they're holding price, right? So this might be the move, and then now we have the rest of the day consolidation, and then maybe they wait for the, we'll see, we'll see. Um, I'll see you guys later. I'll check Discord. You know where to find me. And I need to do some groceries and touch some grass. And those in pre-market prep, have to make sure, if I haven't added you to the, make sure that you contact me, because I do have to do it manually. Lars, I know I have to find you in the Discord, and I'll do so. Yeah, there we go. And let's see if we can kill it in London as well. One trade a day. Jojo, could you? I can't find you. That's why I wanted to make sure that I can't find you in the Discord. Just want to make sure that I find you. I can't. Could you give me the full? It was Lars something, right? But I can't find anything with that name. Could you send me? Could you send me a DM? So, because I can't find you. You don't have to type your name in again. That might be uncomfortable for you. Just type in your. Just send me a DM if you would like to, because I need to add you. But I can't find you. If I type in the name that I thought it was, it doesn't show anything. Thanks. Yeah, do make sure you do before pre-market prep, okay? Before 8:50. And otherwise, if not, just contact me during the 8:50 pre-market prep. Thank you, guys. Well, take care. Yeah, and just keep in mind the Nvidia. Thank you guys for pointing it out because it could be very. I don't hope we're going to get a day like that. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We're staying positive. But if not, it is what it is, and then we wait another day, right? We just take. Then we trade Asia. Hey, Tamir, how are you doing? Long time no see. Hey, Mr. Chaos, I'll see you in the Discord later on. Don't be impatient. Wait for the trade setup, right? But yeah, let's hope we have a better New York session, and maybe pre-market is the way to go forward. But we'll see. Send a dis. The Discord link is in the description and in the chat. It's pinned, Jojo. See, I think you're not in yet. I think so. It's in the look look in the description of this video, and in the chat it's pinned up. Did you find it? I am in. Okay, let me check straight away. Let me check straight away. Let me check. You know, it's so funny that I'm so happy with the Discord because I remember that Mether, at some point, I couldn't see his messages anymore for some reason. We still don't have figured out why. But luckily, he was in the Discord already. So he sent me a message. Did you block me? And I'm like, block you? But apparently, when I put the chat on um, top chat, for some reason it ruled him out. But luckily, he thought he was saying, hello, how are you? Good morning. And I never answered him. And I was answering everyone else. And he thought, why is she not answering me? But luckily, he could, ask me and not just disappear. And I'm wondering if maybe other people have disappeared because it happened. But I don't think so. I think he was the only one. Okay, I've got you now. I've got you, Lars. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, so I think it's. I actually already started the Discord after 50 members because people were asking, "Hey, can we get in touch in a different way?" And I thought, okay, it's nice to have something for you guys to also be able to talk. But we still have to do that, get-togethers and stuff like that. But we'll get into that. But anyway, okay, thank you, Lars. I've got you. You are added um, to the pre-market prep as well, so that should be fine. Okay, that's it. Thank you guys again for your support and just hanging out with me. Like I said, this is the biggest gift of the YouTube channels, you guys. Here you go. I might consider when things are changing and price action becomes a little bit back to normal, I might consider doing in New York. I prefer PM session streams. Not sure yet, but I think I might revert to lunch PM sessions because those were actually my favorite a little bit. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, for now, again, my deepest gratitude for you guys being part of the community. I highly, highly appreciate every one of you. And I'm just so happy. I'm just really, really happy how this channel has been just organically growing and the community is such a awesome, awesome, awesome community. So thank you guys. And I'll see a couple of you later today. And for sure, I'll see you guys tomorrow again. And maybe later today. Who knows? Ciao, ciao, guys.